having the spring game?
Having the spring game, just to be back in Keenan, playing a real style game. I mean, scrimmages are live, but it's still not simulating a real game. We got to have the crowd there, festivities, that kind of thing. Get the fans involved. It'll be a good time.
Does spring practice feel different this year because you have the spring game at the end? Obviously, last year you didn't have one. Is it sort of easier to practice when you have this sort of goal at the end?
In a way. Last year we didn't technically have a spring game, but we still had a final spring scrimmage. So for us, when we're on the field, it's kind of similar to the spring, but the spring game is just a little bit more exciting because you're gonna have fans in the stands, and our families come up, and it's just like it's a good way to end spring practice. Get a good game in, bash a couple heads, and then go eat with your family. So
yeah. Do you guys get tired a little bit of hitting each other, or is it still super hyped to get out there and hit each other on spring game?
Kinda. It's kind of like with camp and with spring practice. You do kind of get a little bit tired of going against the same people every day. Like for me, I've been going against Aaron Crawford every single day for 4 or 5 years now. So, but it's also good because they know you know them. So they try to prey on your weaknesses. Same thing you try to do to them. So it's good competition. It's always, making you better. But then, obviously, once the season comes around and you play a team that doesn't have a blue helmet on, it's a little bit different.
You're talking to Jeremiah over here. Obviously, you've been kind of going against him in scrimmages. How has he emerged on that defensive side of the ball?
He's been doing great. He's been having a great spring. The thing about Jeremiah is he's fast, and once he sees it, he's going. So he sees that polar, and he can meet a polar at the line of scrimmage. He's one of those type of guys. So, he's good. He's coming along great. He's still got some young things that he needs to fine-tune, as do a lot of people, myself included. But, he's been having a great spring. He's flying around. He's been leading. He's been doing good.
How has that adjustment to the center position been for you?
It hasn't been bad. I'm still just trying to get used to some things. I've been playing guard for 10 years, going all the way back to middle school. So, technique and stuff and stance and alignment and all that from there is pretty much second nature. Center, there's still some techniques that I kind of have to think about pre-snap because it's just a little bit different. But other than that, just getting a little bit more consistent with the snaps, which I've been doing this spring. Those are the real big adjustments. Once you get your hands on people, it's football. But
you talked about Aaron Crawford too, going against him for 5 years now. He had a tough season with injuries last year. How has he looked this spring so far, and how is he going up against him?
He's been great. I played a good amount of ball here, and there's not many nose guards like Aaron that you'll see in this league. He's a strong, mean nose guard, which is what you want in there, anchoring down the middle. He plays hard, and it's been great. Me and him going against each other every single day since we've been here has made both of us so much better from the time we were freshmen. We eye of the world to him. He's a great nose guard. There's a lot of guys that all go in the game and I'll play, and then it'll be it's not like going against AC. So he's a great player, and he makes people better when you go against him. That's what you like.
Two good questions. What have you been most impressed with about you guys? What have you been most impressed with? First of all, and then I'll ask the second question after.
Most impressed with just overall as the team?
Yeah, as a team.
I think just kind of the excitement and the guys willing to work. We've been coming in every single day. We've had a great spring, and we haven't really tapered off. A lot of times in spring ball or in camp for those long, grueling practices, it'll be towards the back half, practice 10 or so. Especially the younger guys would just be they're tired of it, and that's when the older guys will have to pick it up. But this team this year, every single day we've been in here, we've had high energy. Guys have been excited to compete, so it's been good.
And what are the biggest challenges I think y'all face this year?
I think the biggest challenges is just the small things. We got a lot of guys playing new positions. We got installing new offense, new defense. So it's just, the small things that the differences in the plays and on defense, the coverages and all that some guys still have to kind of get used to running. But other than that, it hasn't really been too many challenges. It's still ball, but just kind of getting used to installing the new stuff.
All right, thanks, Nick.